Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I recently got top 16 at the UK Open in Cardiff playing Kashtira, and I thought I'd just share my deck profile since it's the first time I got a top, and I'm very proud of it, so here we go. So starting with the monsters, it's pretty standard. 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, 3 Rise Heart. There's no real reason not to play any less than 3 of these. Post side, I did always take a Rise Heart out, but you still need 3 going first anyway. And then Scarecrow Clash, just an insane card, helps you out so much stuff, pretty self-explanatory. I did play Tier Cash just as a name, but to be honest, didn't see it a single game and sided out every single game, so it was just a blank card really for siding patterns. And then I played Ogre and Prep. Ogre is an incredible card. Being able to see the top 5 cards is invaluable information. Being able to control what the next draw is in a simplified game state, or being able to hit them in the middle of their combo and rip out something that could be a one-off is really good. Most of my end boards going first were really simple. I never played into Nib. I'd always end on Fenrir, Unicorn, Rise Heart, and Ogre with a Birth and a Prep set, and sometimes it's just enough, just a real simple board with a lot of interruption, hitting some key pieces can really slow people down, and at the very least it's just a really beefy body that they kind of have to deal with by attacking over. Spells, 3 Planet and Terraforming, 3 Theosis, 3 Birth. Again, this is standard, you should never play any less of this. Same with the Rise Heart, I did take a Theosis out for siding for games 2 and 3. But to be honest, there were some times where a third one could have come up. The effect to add back from banishing is nice, but you go through it quite quickly if the game drags out against some decks. So I may rethink taking a 1 out, but for now, playing 2 post side is fine. Pot, just consistency for Kashtira. There's so much in the extra deck that you don't really care about or ever go into, so it's just such a free card. Digging for engine that you're missing or non-engine you need to either break a board or slow your opponent down. Just stupid card, to be honest. And then I did play 2 D-Fissure in the main. This is also probably an MVP card of the day. I played 2 Voiceless Voice on Saturday, 2-0'd both of them, going second in every single game, and I think at least 2, maybe 3, I saw D-Fissure in my opening hands, and they just couldn't out it. You slap it down, it turns off their Mirror Jays, turns off an Infect Veiler if they've got it. Once you deal with their board, playing through it with engine, everything gets banished and they lose some recursion, and at that point they're kind of just top decking. So yeah, this was an MVP of the day. And then hand traps, obviously Shifter, Ash, Mourner, Imperm. Good card, good cards, good card, good cards. Yeah, Shifter wins you games. That's about it. Going on to the extra deck, played 1 Shang. You never need more than 1. I've seen people playing 2 in their lists, and fair play to them, but I've never needed a second one. It's great, just a normal combo piece. Number 76, in theory, very good against Snake Eye and Fire King, but I didn't summon this a single game all day, so I don't know how good it was, or could have been. Dark Armed is just probably one of the best cards in this extra deck. The synergy with Theosis is just chef's kiss. It's amazing. Being able to set up your boards going first, and then if they leave you with some bodies, being able to summon this first, just to clear your opponent's board before you start committing to more summons is really strong. Dracosac, I am playing the Cyburst combo, is very good, and the space allows for it, so there's no real reason not to. Big Eye again, just very good going into a board, force some stuff out. Came up round 1 actually, I had a Kashtira mirror. I was able to just attack into his Shangri-Era, go main phase 2, make Big Eye steal his Shangri-Era, slap a Zeus on top of the Big Eye, and my opponent just was like, yep, that'll do it. Quickly scooped up and went to game 2. And then I proceeded, after a few back and forth turns, I proceeded to do the exact same thing game 2 as well. So brilliant cards. Flare Metal, you do a lot of damage with this deck. Sometimes you can't do the full 8k in a turn. This just puts them on a timer and is like, out this in your first or second card, or scoop it up. Zeus and Typhon. I definitely didn't make Typhon at all. Don't think I made Zeus once either. But they're just backup cards. They're necessary, but the space on the Kashtira extra deck is so wide, like you can afford to play them. Baron for normal synchro stuff going first if you open Unicorn and an extra hand trap. And then played the Cyburst combo. I'm not playing Heat Soul though. It's obviously very well known now that people will go into a Heat Soul, try and draw a card. I think that's a bit too greedy. I like to get to the Dracosac, Link Spider and Crystal Heart, and then if I get nibbed, that's fine. You've still got Burst to summon back a Fenrir and keep going with like a Theosis or a Rise Height in hand. But if they don't, then I'm going straight into an Apo for 3 counters. Protect yourself from nib that they might have been holding, and then just, again, keep comboing. I didn't go into the Cyber's combo very often, but when I did, it was great. I would end on Apo, Shangri-Era, Birth, Fenrir, sometimes an Ogre as well. The full combo is pretty nuts if you go uninterrupted, but that's pretty rare these days. SP, probably only went into it once the entire day. It's obviously a very good card, but along with a lot of stuff in this extra deck, I didn't feel like I needed much of it. The cash monsters on their own do so much. They're like mini boss monsters anyway. So yeah. And then last card was an access codes. This could be literally anything. I didn't make it at all. I don't think I've ever made access code with this deck since putting it in a few weeks ago, which probably tells me I should change it to something else, but the moment I do that, it'll come up. So yeah, this could be whatever you want. As for prosp targets, going second, it's really easy. You just prosp all 6 links. Going first, however, if I have the combo, there was a time where I made the combo and still had prosp to go after. A lot of the time it's probably a Typhon, a Red Metal, and a Harmonizer. These cards just never really came up, and they were easy Easy fodder for Prosp if I needed it. Side deck, played 3 bell. Oftentimes I actually only ever sided in 2. It was hard to find space putting a third one in. The way I had my side deck structured was 6 going first cards, 6 going second cards, and 3 bell. So yeah, 2 was enough. I saw it when I needed it, so I may cut it down to 2. Going second cards, 2 talents, harpies, cosmics. The talents I don't think came up very often actually. I didn't see a lot of my side deck throughout the day, but when it did, they were in very clutch moments. The Cyclone helped me win my round 8 against Flu. I was able to hit their field spell at a critical moment and shut him off from playing. Fortunately didn't see Duster. Talents, as I said, was quite rare, so the talents I may cut for something else. I'm not sure on that. And then my 6 going first cards was a Cool Buy, 2 Strike, and 3 Judgment. Judgments are insane. Stopping the normal summon for Snake Eyes puts them on either having Bonfire or Witch in hand, which oftentimes with the other stuff you can deal with if you've gotten rid of the normal summon. Kashtira also struggle quite hard with putting up strong negates. Loses hard to like Dark Ruler, Raigeki evenly, so this went in every single game 1 for whatever people decided to side in for me. The strikes were the same sort of idea, just hitting the first normal summon, the first strong effect that they would try and use, just to clear the body, force them to play some follow-up or extenders. And then the Cool Buy was just because it was a 6th card. I was originally playing Rivalry, but never saw it. And Kashtira can have hands where they lose to a single hand trap, like 1 Veiler or 1 Ash on a Unicorn, or a field spell can end your turn. So it was much better, and it did in fact. I only saw it once, and that was in my final round in game 3 against Pure Snake Eye. And that exact thing happened. I had a Fenrir that I needed to summon and use effects. Chained Veiler, I chained Cool Buy. And based on his hand, the game was pretty much over from there anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't change these. As for siding patterns, going first, I would take out 3 imperms for the judgments, a Theosis, a Tear Cache, and a Rise Heart. These 6, every game 1, these came out for the judgments, Cool Buy, and strikes. If I ever needed anything else, depending on the matchup, if I needed Cyclones or if I needed Bells, normally what would come out would be 1 or 2, usually 2 Moonlits for the Bells, and a Terraforming. I think Terraforming probably came out every single siding pattern as well. It was very often that I was siding about 8 or 9 cards. And then going second was a bit different. The imperms would stay in. These 3 again would come out, as well as the imperm, as well as the terraforming, sorry. And then prep would also come out, unless it was a matchup that has heavy trap interaction. And then oftentimes 1 or 2 defissure. I quickly caught on that it was insanely good against voiceless, so I never took it out against the voiceless. But sometimes when I'm siding a lot, you have to cut something, and shifter can do enough. Defissure's a bit slower, so you'd rather have something important like a cyclone or a talents that can have a bit more impact in the turn. Yeah, those are siding patterns. So thanks for watching, everyone. A couple of shout outs. Shout outs to all the boys that I came up with. Andrew, Matt, Ben, Frankie, Stelly and Sam. We had a great weekend. Shout out to my girlfriend for always being so supportive. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon.